Right. So I have a very heavy IT background और IT का एक interesting word है startup. Okay. ये कुछ नया सा word है startup. जबकि actual startups MSMEs रहते हैं. Right. So the country doesn't work and move forward in startups like you don't come in picture. Right. So मैंने 3 startups दुआ रखे हैं in my past career. Okay. 2 बना दिए हैं. Right. And that is my best introduction, and right now I got into enterprise having a very lovely life. But the life of when we were creating something was very different and very fulfilling, right? So आप लोग सब जो काम कर रहे हैं is deeply appreciated, and that helps us a lot, right? So I'll take you guys to 40 years ago. 40 years ago, why? Because 40 years ago is the first time I saw a computer. Okay, मेरे school में I was in 7th standard maybe, so classes चल रहे थे, and then the attender comes and says कि चलो सबको auditorium जाना है. So the first time I saw a computer which was a television, which was a tape recorder, and which was a modem, some kind of device modem, and that was the first. It used to work in cassettes because data was stored in the cassette, right? Audio cassette, as we know, right? And there was a television, and they played some games and all. That was my first introduction. Okay, the second introduction was my dad, who was working with one of the Maharatnas. He took me to his office and said, "Chalo, computer आया, PC आया, PC देखेंगे." So that was the first time I touched a keyboard. Again, playing games as a young boy, 7th, 8th, 9th standard, right? And if I'm not mistaken, and people can have opinions around it, the first time this country saw computerization and the effect of it was when railway tickets started coming. It reached everywhere, it reached every person. So what is happening then? अभी हम लोग digital transformation की बात कर रहे हैं. ये क्या difference हो गया? Computer तो चल ही रहते हैं. अचानक से नया word क्या आ गया? Digital transformation, right? So आज का session जो है, this is all about trying to understand कि first to understand what is digital transformation. Why is this being spoken so much about, so much discussed about? Okay. पहले क्या हो रहा था जब तक रेलवेज आ रहे थे, and there's so many things we have done over the past 20-25 years since then, or 30 years since then. The step 1 was कि आप जो भी काम मैनुअली कर रहे हैं उसको आप कंप्यूटर्स सॉफ्टवेयर से करिए. Okay, it saves your time. It doesn't change a lot in your organization apart from releasing more time for your people beyond that they were thinking. That was the computerization behind. When it comes to digital transformation, that opens newer avenues which you are not seeing beyond the wall that is in front of you. Just say Ola. It has transformed the way people are traveling today. Okay. सबसे बड़ा transformation जो government ने किया है आधार. Okay, Aadhaar has changed the destiny of this country. The way KYC is being done today and how fast it is done. Everyone would have used DigiYatra. It's phenomenal. Okay, I mean DigiYatra. Maybe I've not seen the whole wide world, but I don't think it's there anywhere. And stuff like DigiYatra. Okay, DigiLocker. Okay, major changes. These are transformative changes. They have changed your world. आपके घर में रोज जो स्विगी चला रहा है, जोमेटो चला रहा है, okay, ONDC प्लेटफॉर्म गवर्नमेंट ने लॉन्च किया, right, which is yet to see a very commercial adoption, but it is coming up. They are all transformative, right? So main difference about computerization as we knew and digital transformation that we are looking at forward is can you change the way business is being done and the way you are the way business is impacting your life. Okay, so bottom line transformation का यही है, and these avenues are open because you are now looking beyond automating your work style or lifestyle. So, there are only 2 kinds of softwares in this world. Either it affects your work or it affects your life. तीसरा कुछ भी नहीं. All softwares are getting into these 2 categories. Okay. So we will try to understand what we are working on today. Okay, now, so when all this computerization started, okay, where does business start? All of you know, all of you businessmen, it starts with finance, right? So today we have a very selected, carefully selected panel to address you and answer you your questions. Whatever may come, please use that last 10 minutes. Okay. So now we have, I'm sorry, I'll sit down. Alright. So we have Mr. Venkatesh. Okay, Mr. Venkatesh is with us from ex-DCB. No, he has been, I'm sorry, I'll have to read it, the memory mera kharab ho gaya. Okay, so he has worked as the president and head of technology operations, HR and CIO DCB Bank till February 24. Okay, and he's currently on a break, taking few assignments on the board's managements. A very seasoned professional, you can see, he looks very smart. Okay, and he's got about 34 years of exhaustive experience. Okay, and in multiple leadership roles that he has been across. Okay, known for his strategic insights. You must talk to him. You know, he'll be there at the event. You know, you must talk to him. Strategic insights with proven leadership across a wide range of areas: banking, business process, engineering, turnaround. So this is thanks to Arvind sir for creating this amazing panel. You know, the other two guys are also equally great around, right? Right. And now the best part is that Mr. Venkat is a banker, but his passion remains deep rooted into cooking. Okay. And he loves to entertain people with his food, and I'm a foodie, so I'm definitely going to get entertained someday. Right? I can't cook. Right? So please welcome Mr. Venkatesh to the panel. Okay, and I'm very sure this is going to be pretty insightful. Right? Now the second very important software which we all know, MSME doesn't start without it, is Tally. Okay. The day we saw Win, I know how many of you started and starting your Windows DOS पे Win market, Windows 3.1, you know.
आप किसी ज़माने की बात कर रहे हैं?
हाँ, ज़माने किस लिए बात कर रहा हूँ कि वो Win होने के बाद पहला सॉफ्टवेयर।
आप किसी और ज़माने की बात कर रहे हैं?
So Windows चालू होने के बाद उस पर पहला सॉफ्टवेयर लगा था Tally for lot of enterprises. Okay, so I have Mr. Same Gupta, you know, from Tally. Okay, Mr. Gupta brings about 25 years of experience. Okay, in software product development within the banking and accounting domains as a lead architect at Tally Solutions. Okay, he spearheads the delivery of AI-enabled features for the company flagship products. Okay, you must talk to him about the feature and the AIs that these financial softwares are looking at. And he's the owner of Tally's AI Center of Excellence, right? So very learned guy, you know, and he's absolutely aware of what they're working around. And when he's busy, he's helping MSMEs navigate the world of digital transformation. So he's the guy for your transformation discussions. Please do reach out to him and work it out. That's one thing. Now, important. Mr. Sanjeev Sharma is sitting on the right of me. He is from Microsoft, Director and Partner CTO at Microsoft India, and a dynamic leader, as you can see, known for driving strategic partnerships and accelerating cloud adoptions. So any questions around the cloud, we can discuss it, right? So समय कम है, काफी समय मैं ही ले गया, मेरे को 2 मिनट बोलना था, right? So now we. Great, thank you. So the first thing which I would like to understand, Sanjeev, that MSMEs, obviously all MSMEs have very limited budgets. Okay, now from and of course digital skills, the two major imperative that we have. What do you think platforms like Microsoft do to enable their businesses around and help them do things better?
No, thanks, Ravi. Is it good audible to everyone? First of all, thank you so much for coming in today, and thanks, Arvind, for inviting all of us. A very good discussion. It was very inspiring to hear Mr. Modi speak in the morning and birthday wishes to him. It also happens to be Vishkarma Jayanti today, which is, core of MSME. Looking at the question, So this is generally a misconception that MSME doesn't use technology. I think all of us use email, which is the first and the core of technology for all of us. Yes, there are constraints about budgets. Yes, there are constraints about how do we get the right IT implementation. But I think there are few areas which are opportunities of growth for all of us to leverage, and I would encourage all of us to do that. And I'm not taking the Microsoft position here. I'm just taking the general view about keeping our great country in perspective and MSME as a growth engine. We all leverage emails. There is a bunch of AI tools which have come in now, and they are enabling us to leverage technology innovation almost at no cost basis, right? Many of us are already using bunch of these technologies without even realizing that we use them on a day-to-day basis. A lot of people using ChatGPT, a lot of people using OpenAI, a lot of people using Microsoft Copilot and bunch of other things, also Google Gemini. So I think it's very important for us to do a bit of learning and planning about it. How can we leverage? I was giving example at the tea time session that there is a company I knew at Coimbatore, 5 people. They started using technology, they started sharing their information on various forums, started getting opportunities. The business grew out of India to multiple countries. They never thought as a founder that they will get opportunities from Mauritius, Maldives and other places, and they've now opened offices there. This all happened because of technology. Now, they were obviously IT services company, but I think the opportunity remains for everybody. And AI is essentially something that we should all try learning about, right? So I'll give back to you, Ravi.
Right, thank you. So now we're talking about budget, and what kind of the cost that people have to pay for acquiring some kind of tools and all. So from a banker's perspective, what do you think? How can we help the MSMEs to get better and move towards that transformation?
So मैं ये समझता हूँ कि पहला कि जब क्लाउड अडॉप्शन हुआ, टेक्नोलॉजी का अडॉप्शन हुआ, तो जैसे ज़्यादा यूसेज होते जाएंगे, द मोर पीपल स्टार्ट यूजिंग टेक्नोलॉजी, द कॉस्ट पर यूनिट इज गोइंग टू कम डाउन. सो दैट विल हैपन इवेंचुअली. और जैसे इंडिया GDP इज ग्रोइंग, वी आर गोइंग टू बी 3rd लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी एट्सेट्रा, तो स्केल तो बढ़ेगा, देयर इज़ नो डाउट अबाउट इट, एंड डिजिटल अडॉप्शन भी बढ़ेगा. लेकिन दूसरी चीज़ जो हम कर सकते हैं फ्रॉम इंडस्ट्री पर्सपेक्टिव और फ्रॉम एन MSME पर्सपेक्टिव इज़ दैट पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर उसको हम किस तरीके से बढ़ावा दें कि जैसे कुछ MSMEs जुड़ करके शेयर्ड पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर खुद तैयार करें, विच दे कैन लेवरेज, एंड क्लाउड का जो साथ में अगर वो एक्चुअली वो सर्विसेज यूटिलाइज करते हैं तो उनका स्केल बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है. इसका एग्जांपल मैं आपको बताता हूँ कि अगर आप मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस लेते हो, ग्रुप पॉलिसी वर्सेस इंडिविजुअल पॉलिसी, आपको पता है रिटेल में वो बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होता है, लेकिन वो ग्रुप में अगर आप लेंगे फ्लोटर पॉलिसी में वो चीप होता है. इसी तरीके से बहुत सारे MSME साथ में आके जुड़ के कॉमन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ले लें, क्लाउड की सर्विसेज लें, और अपना जो कंटेनराइजेशन वो कर सकते हैं कि ऐसा नहीं है कि उनका डेटा शुड बी कॉम्प्रोमाइज, बट वो एक पब्लिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को बढ़ावा दे सकते हैं. तीसरी बात मैं बाद में ड्यूरिंग द सेशन आई विल टॉक अबाउट कि व्हाट इनिशिएटिव रेगुलेटर्स आर आल्सो डूइंग एंड व्हाट बैंक्स आर आल्सो डूइंग. आई विल शेयर अबाउट इट इन ड्यू कोर्स. Thank you.
Right, thank you. So there is, Tally, and everyone knows, everyone desktop has it, right? So एक important aspect आता है, we were mentioning here is about trust and security. Okay, and you're managing their most critical data, which is finance. So what do you see Tally doing to ensure that there is a data security and they are still going to the next level, but without compromising on anything around it?
Hello. So, good morning, everybody. So it's my pleasure to be here. Present a company which is, long-standing partner with this MSMEs for 4 decades now, like almost. So one of the things that I believe is that technology moves fast, but trust moves faster. Right? So when you see Tally, we started almost 40 years ago. That it is an on-premise software. Data doesn't go out. That's how it started. and we're still continuing this because what we believe that data is owned by the businesses. That data should not go out. They are their core data, it should not go out. But at the same time, we have to also collaborate with, to integrate with many ecosystem, right? We actually connect with bank, we connect with GST to filing and all those things. So whatever necessary, only that data goes out. So that is how we build. And also, if you see in Tally, we build everything in-house, right? When we created our own database, right? Just to make sure that, that MSMEs data remain with them, no third party software, nothing. On the premise, we use our own, own technology stack. Even if in the new digital transformation journey that what we are doing with the AI, ML and all, that we are building our own, domain-specific language model, which we learn from our customer, which is with our domain expertise and all. And even the next generation Tally coming with this, connected Tally version, we're getting our own cloud system, right? So that which will make it very secure, point-to-point cloud rather than a public, cloud kind of system. So that is how we are going. We still believe that Tally does not have any business with your business data. We only provide the tools and base, platform to support your business, keeping your data with you always.
All right, thank you so much. We will now quickly touch base on the financing aspect, because that always amazes people, and you need to know all the avenues. So, maybe 72% of MSCs are working digitally. They are doing a lot of stuff online. Okay, what do you think there are the solutions that that digital lending solutions that the banks can offer for MSMEs?
तो विथ योर परमिशन मैं थोड़ा उस ज़माने में जाना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि आपने भी उसका जिक्र किया। और जब मैं अपने बच्चों से उस ज़माने की बात करता हूँ तो वो कहते हैं कि डैडी आप क्यों उस ज़माने की बात करते हो, बिकॉज जेन जी डजंट लाइक टू टॉक अबाउट उस ज़माने में ये होता था। बट मैं आपको ये एक छोटे से ये वाक़या बताना चाहता हूँ। 1991 में मैं पहली बार मुंबई आया। मुझे वापस घर जाने के लिए मुझे ट्रेन का टिकट बुक करना पड़ा। तो CSMT जो उस ज़माने में PT कहा जाता था, मुझे 12 घंटे लाइन पे खड़ा रहना पड़ा, 12 आवर्स। आज मैं ये बात किसी को बताऊं वो बिलीव नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि IRCTC ऐप हो या जो भी ऐप हो, आप विद इन अ फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकेंड, अभी तो कुरियर से भी नहीं आपको डिजिटल टिकट मिलता है, तो आप विजुअलाइज नहीं कर सकते हैं कि किस तरीके का। और उस ज़माने में फ़ोन तो होता नहीं था, तो आप एक्चुअली लाइन में खड़े हो, कुछ AC नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है। उस स्थिति से, और हमारे सहयोगी ने बात किया DG यात्रा का, मेरे ख्याल से वो एक बहुत बड़ा चीज़ है कि आप एयरपोर्ट में जाइए, आपको ना मोबाइल दिखाना है ना कुछ दिखाना है, सिर्फ अपने आप को दिखाना है और दरवाजे खुल जाते हैं। उसी तरीके से पेमेंट स्पेस में अगर आप देखोगे तो UPI एक्चुअली एक DG यात्रा मोमेंट है। मुझे लगता है कि जो DG यात्रा मोमेंट लेंडिंग में होना है, वो अभी MSME सेगमेंट के लिए सबसे ज़रूरी चीज़ है। और मैं जब बैंकिंग साइड में जब था, मैंने देखा कि सबसे ज़्यादा तकलीफ जो लोगों को होती है, जो कस्टमर्स को होती है, वो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन में होती है। और कभी कभी लोन अप्रूवल का जो जिसको टर्न अराउंड टाइम कहते हैं, टैट कहते हैं, वो कभी कभी 2 महीने तक लग जाते हैं। जब आपको ज़रूरत आज है, ऑन टैप आपको चाहिए, लेकिन उसका डॉक्यूमेंट एक बैंक से दूसरे बैंक से तीसरे बैंक, इतना वक्त लगता है। और आपने सब डॉक्यूमेंट दे दिया, फिर उसके बाद क्रेडिट अंडरराइटिंग वाले जो टीम जो क्रेडिट अप्रूवल करते हैं, फिर डॉक्यूमेंट मांगते हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि लेंडिंग में DG यात्रा मोमेंट अभी भी होना बाकी है, और वो होने से हमारा जो ग्रोथ जो MSME सेगमेंट है, जो कि 30% GDP को कंट्रीब्यूट करता है, वो तब तक उससे ज़्यादा नहीं बढ़ पाएगा जब तक कि हम इसमें एफिशिएंसी नहीं लाएं। 2-3 चीज़ें जो हम कर सकते हैं और जो हो रहा है, एक तो AI ऑफरिंग्स, जो हमारे सहयोगी ने भी बात किया, तो प्री अप्रूव्ड लोन्स या फिर अर्ली अप्रूवल एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है। दूसरा है द एंटायर डिजिटल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, विच इज़ जो पेपरलेस प्रोसेस आप कैसे उसको बनाएं। तीसरी जो चीज़ है उसमें 1 विजिट लोन कैसे कर सकते हैं, कि मान लीजिए कि कस्टमर या बैंक के RM को सिर्फ 1 विजिट के बाद ही उनको लोन मिलना चाहिए। तो हर बार विजिट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, एक बार आप करो, जो भी साइन करना है, जो करना है आप कर लो। और चौथी चीज़ जो मैं समझता हूँ बैंक के तरफ से कर सकते हैं कि कैसे आप उनको सहयोग दे सकते हैं कि किसी को जोमेटो में रजिस्ट्रेशन करना है, किसी को मान लीजिए अमेज़ॉन में उनको रजिस्ट्रेशन कराना है। हाउ बैंक्स और सम अदर इंस्टीट्यूशन, जैसे अरविंद जी भी बहुत इस क्षेत्र में काम कर रहे हैं, कि हाउ कैन दे हेल्प दी MSMEs टू सी दैट दे आर एबल टू गेट ऑल डेटा। और आपने जो बात कही मैं समाप्त करना चाहता हूँ कि ट्रांजैक्शन डेटा है, लेकिन उसके साथ साथ बहुत और भी डेटा जैसे चाहिए, कोलैटरल का डेटा, ये डेटा। तो RBI इज ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन समथिंग व्हिच इज कॉल्ड यूनिफाइड लेंडिंग इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, जिसमें ये सब बहुत बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म में ये सब इजीली अवेलेबल हो जाएगा। थैंक यू।
Wonderful. I'm very sure government a lot of efforts on this. So, Tuhin, what is Tally doing towards this? You know, because you are there on everyone's desktop. You know, towards how are they helping people automate their, let's say, document management processing?
So there are two things that I can talk about. One is that we are working on a platform called Document AI. In that platform, that using everybody now has phone, right? You can actually scan, take a photo. So we are connecting that phone with the Teleprime software, where all your documents like invoices, physical document, be it physical or digital, anything. So physical documents or digital document is coming by the emails or WhatsApp. It's automatically get processed in Teleprime and it's built recorded, right? One is invoices. You can create voucher, like your purchase order coming, you create a sales invoice. Or sales order, or your bank statements. So nowadays, many banks are connected. We are actually having that last launch in the Tally. We have connected banking to the many bank connected. But the many other banks, rural cooperative banks, they do not have connectivity. They do not have integration. For them, we have AI-based PDF. That statements you come and you scan that PDF. And your transactions will be reconciled, and recorded in Tally. And those and then bills, that small bills you do, you record your journal recording you have to do in your books. So you take a photo and it will get recorded. So they're working in that space, in the document. In the lending space also, we have we have a platform called Tally Capital. So where the what we believe is that business golden source of truth is an accounting book, right? So we actually, from the accounting book itself, you can actually look for lenders, you can apply for loans, see the best rate, partnering with the many lenders will actually do the lending, and eventually it will also be that AI based screening, like you know that your chance of getting cash will be very fast, and our goal is to get it money disbursed within 2 days, right? So that's the goal. So with that we are working on that platform which is help MSMEs to get their cash available quickly.
All right, thank you. So we have just about a couple of minutes left. So there are just two questions that I would like to push in. What do you see are the challenges, in making this more efficient? Do you see any bottlenecks for digitalization of documents?
Yeah, so I'll take little time on this, Ravi. I think I'll take the discussion beyond documentation to the information. And I would urge each of us to actually try this out today. As an entrepreneur, one of the biggest struggle that one faces is the access to information in time. And because we are so much in transactions, running business is not easy. We often end up leveraging other people or channel, and the cost of information becomes very high. This is getting solved with the use of AI. So if you want to just download Copilot on your phone, and with the simple voice commands, you could actually get information about your pending invoices. You could even build an agent which will send you a message every morning that, okay, what are the payment invoices, which are the parties paying delayed, and stuff like that, picking up data even from Tally. Second thing that I want to highlight today is trust and security, which Tuhin touched upon a little bit, but I think it's very important. And I have seen a lot of cyber attacks across, and a lot of countries are, we are seeing these attacks coming in not just from one or two countries, but many places. It's very important for small businesses to secure yourself. So first thing that I would urge each of you to do is ensure that you have two-factor authentication enabled on your email, because the cost of not having something is much higher. Generally the insurance is sold like this, right? What happens when we are not there? How does the family support? In a similar way for business also, the cost of not having security is very high. So that's my second point that I would urge each of you to enable two-factor authentication, make sure that it is secure. And the third thing that I would like you to leave with is try experimenting with researcher feature on Copilot. Just download Copilot, free version, and try researcher. So imagine if you are in a business of plastic manufacturing or mold or emulsions and other things. Today you can outsource that work to a tool, and the tool will bring data from around the world and send you periodically about how you can grow your business. Something that as an entrepreneur sometimes we end up missing out. So I think these are the three messages I'd like to leave you with. Sorry Ravi, I took a little longer, but thank you.
All right, thank you so much. So we'll just touch base two very important aspects. One is regulatory compliances, which everyone has to adhere to, and a quick brief on the security aspect. From a digital transformation perspective. So to him, there is so government has so many regulations. There is a 45-day payment rule, digital tax filing requirements and all. How do you think Tally is actually helping people, make this easy for them to file?
Right. So I'll touch three aspects of that, subject of regulatory compliance. One is the supplier, that Tally as a software, how we make sure that we are always on the compliant software side. So for that, we always collaborate with the government, regulatory authority and everything. We know beforehand what is coming, what is not. And Tally has a track record from last 10 to 15 years that we always ahead of the curve that delivering the regulator compliance features as and when it's available in the market. So for that, we now last 2-3 years we started using technologies like AI and all to figure out what changes, what will impact, what are the software changes, everything. That's our own internal thing. Now when it delivered to the market, then that's the challenge come, right? How entrepreneurs or small businesses know that there is a regulatory compliance that I have to comply with. The 45 days rule is one example, that I have to register myself as a micro SMEs, and then I have to give the payment is compulsory within 45 days. So this Tally work with ecosystem, that we create awareness sessions and everything. We run a marketing campaign, awareness session that this is coming, this is how you will work in Tally, all those things. That's the first thing. Second is that we have a technology based solution, that we have the alerting mechanism in the Tally itself, that like you have not filed GST, or GST filing is 10 days due, or your payments and all those things. So you embed all those alerting and proactive alerting into the system, so that you become empowered that to know that your digital governance become easy, right? And the third is the auditor side, right? When we deliver and then you become compliant, but somebody has to do verify, check and everything. So we make auditor software, Tally for auditors as well. There we make verification of you have a paper trails of work, right? So that then you verify with the actual digital work. So we are working on a AI technology where today they do sample-based verification, right? So there are thousands of papers, and you sample verify whether it's correct or not. But coming up with a platform where auditors can upload all the papers, and it's not a sample-based anymore. It's actual verification of actual paper versus your digital goods. And we have connectivity with that, digital infra like GST systems, banking, and also we do a tripartite reconciliation and everything we done. So all three front we are working on it to do that. Right? So basically the question should be from the are you compliant to are you doing the digital governance proactively. So that's transformation journey.
Right, thank you so much. So some notes around security of the financial sector.
So आप में से कितने लोग को या SMS या WhatsApp में लिंक मिलता है, उसमें आपको बोला जाता है कि आपने ये रिवॉर्ड जीता है, आप उसमें क्लिक कीजिए. कितने, कैन यू रेज योर हैंड्स प्लीज, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव रिसीव्ड? सो ऑलमोस्ट एवरीबडी रिसीव्स दिस, एंड आई वांट टू टेल यू समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. Security is not about technology, or security is less about technology. Security is more about psychology. दो बातें आप सिर्फ ध्यान में रखिए. फियर या ग्रीड, सो जो साइबर गैंग ऑपरेटर्स हैं, दे ऑपरेट बेस्ड ऑन टू थिंग्स, द फियर इन आवर माइंड एंड द ग्रीड, कि मुझे कोई फॉरेन ट्रिप फ्री में मिल रहा है तो मैं इसको क्यों नहीं लूँ। वो मुझे कोई आपको बोलता है आपका बैंक अकाउंट ब्लॉक हो जाएगा इफ़ यू डोंट क्लिक ऑन दिस लिंक, क्योंकि आपको पैन नंबर देना है, ये देना है। सो ऑलवेज एडुकेट पीपल इन योर टीम दैट इट इज़ लेस अबाउट टेक्नोलॉजी, इट इज़ मोर अबाउट साइकोलॉजी। और जो भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ होता है आप याद रखिए, और आपके पास पड़ोस कहीं पे भी जो एक्सपीरियंस हुआ या आपके साथ जो एक्सपीरियंस हुआ, वो हमेशा फर्स्ट फ्यू मिनट्स और फ्यू सेकंड्स वो आपके माइंड को कैप्चर कर लेते हैं। सो अभी कोई भी आप देखिए उसमें somebody will give you a call कि ऐसा हो जाएगा, आपको उस मोमेंट में आपको सोचने का वक्त नहीं मिलता है, क्योंकि वी आर ड्रिवन बाय द थ्रेट, फियर और ग्रीड। तो एक चीज़ आप हमेशा याद रखिए कि पहले ही वो चेक कर लीजिए, कभी भी कुछ भी हो जाए, किसी का एक्सीडेंट हुआ, कुछ हो गया, 1 मिनट आप रुक जाएंगे तो कुछ नहीं होगा। आप उसको सोच के इंट्यूटिवली रिस्पॉन्स के बदले में 30 सेकेंड वेट करके देखिए कि क्या ये हो सकता है क्या। वो एक पहली बात है। दूसरी चीज़ है, जो बेसिक चीज़ है, आपका जो कंप्यूटर है आप उसमें देखिए कि आप एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉगिन आप यूज़ करते हो अपने लिए या अपने स्टाफ के लिए, क्योंकि एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉगिन में अगर कोई आपका हैक कर लिया तो आपके सारे जो लॉगिन जो और बाकी जितने भी अकाउंट्स हैं वो कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ हो जाएंगे। और बहुत लोग ये चीज़ नहीं जानते हैं, वो सब एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लॉगिन यूज़ करके वो अपना पीसी को ऑपरेट करते हैं। तो ये ध्यान रखिए। दूसरा चीज़ है, एंटीवायरस आप लगाइए, लेकिन इतना मैं बता देता हूँ कि हर दिन 7 लाख malware are getting produced, or at any point in time no antivirus is good enough to protect you. It may be able to protect you 20 to 30%. तो इसके लिए जागरूकता टेक्नोलॉजी से ज़्यादा जरूरी है। टेक्नोलॉजी जरूरी है, आपको एंटीवायरस लगाना है, इसके सिवा आपका काम नहीं चलेगा, लेकिन हर दिन नया नया malware आ रहा है। आपको इसके बारे में जागरूकता होनी चाहिए। विदाउट डिजिटल थिंग हमारा ऑपरेशन अभी हो ही नहीं सकता है, तो ये तो हमें करना ही है। लेकिन आप जितना अपने आप को साइकोलॉजिकली प्रिपेयर करोगे, अपने स्टाफ को साइकोलॉजिकली प्रिपेयर करोगे, द मोर सिक्योर यू विल बी, क्योंकि रिस्क कैन बी अननोन, बट आपका खुद का जो आसपास का माहौल है आपके कंट्रोल में, वो चीज़ सिर्फ आप ही को पता है। थैंक यू।
Alright, thank you so much. So to end, see, we all, this is a platform, right? We have a platform provider, we have a software provider, we have the finance, and Crayon happens to be a system integrator, right? So if you have an idea, even if you don't have an idea and you want to do big, government has a lot of ideas that they have put on the portal. Okay, and आप लोग को अगर कुछ समझ लग रहा है कि ये काम मुझे भी करना चाहिए और पता नहीं कहाँ से शुरू करने का है, that is the best thing to do is talk to a consultant. We are all here for the next couple of hours at least, unless they are going away. Okay, talk to the consultant and try to find out ways. Crayon will always help you in bringing that to life, in the sense चाहे software हो चाहे कुछ भी हो, we can bring them all together again, and we can discuss around it. So with this note, I would like to end this session. We have to clear this day. There was a Q&A. She has already come there. Already Dhamki will read it, right?